Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 2023 full moon reading for you and lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out tremendously because the YouTube algorithm really pays attention. So, thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the 10 of Pentacles. It's an interesting card, there we go, to have to be mindful of. My Mercury retrograde is coming in, stumbling over my words. So with the 10 of Pentacles as a mindful card, this is mindful. Now, okay, interesting. Spirit just said it could be wealth that we once had that we're trying to reclaim, but we're trying to reclaim it in just the same way. Spirit's like, it will be different. So just know that. There can also be a sense of like, everybody's blessed this way. I want to be blessed this way too. It's either in our family or people that we're close to. And we're trying to be more like them instead of being more like ourselves. Okay, so be aware of this. There is also a sense here of turning away from some of our blessings that we have, some of our gifts that we were born with, and being like either, oh, I don't like this, or, this, or not even aware. Like there's something here where we have gifts and it's like, oh, well, this is silly. Like I couldn't possibly, have prosperity off of this. And Spirit's like, but this is part of the reason why you're here. Like, kind of jumping up and down. So be aware of this. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here it is devoted. What are we devoted to? Where does our devotion lie during this time? What's really important to us? That's going to be a very powerful question to ask. Like, just ask yourself, what am I devoted to? And the first thing that comes up, be like, oh, that was an interesting answer. Let's see what Spirit has to say through the tarot, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to have a tendency during this time to get in our own way. It's not a negative thing, it's just going to be a thing. So we're seeing things differently and we're seeing things differently again. And we can feel very overwhelmed emotionally because we kind of haven't worked it out yet. There is the Page of Swords energy, which there is a student of words and thoughts and the mind that's coming in. We have heartbreak over poverty, a poverty mentality, a sense of poverty because we haven't, really looked at the three hurtful, hateful things in our lives, the three main scars that we have, and being able to release them and let them go. If we have looked at them and released them and let them go, there's a sense that like this moon, it brings it up because this moon is a tricky moon. It is a powerful, powerful moon, but it's tricky. So this is a Scorpio full moon. Let's talk about this astrologically for a minute. We're in 14 degrees of Scorpio, and this is the moon of big secrets and big wealth. The lunar eclipse holds the power of multiple moons in it. And this lunar eclipse is going to be about endings, significant endings. There's something we're walking away from in knowledge, in victory of words and ideas, okay, that is going to push us out of our comfort zone. And it's going to push us into kind of a new way of being. It's not going to be through emotional like sensing, it's going to be through emotional speaking. And I know that sounds really funny, but it's like spirit's like, no, the emotion is there, but it has to do through the words instead of the feelings. So take that as you may. This is a terrific time to let go and to shed the old us because the South Lunar Node, this lunar eclipse is close to the South Lunar Node. So it's all about endings. This is a time about endings. Now, on the 1st of May, which is Beltane, Pluto moves into retrograde. And we felt this before, the 1st of May. We will feel this after, and it will resonate into the 5th of May. This big plutonic energy brings awareness to both our internal power, in both internal power and external power. It's our internal power, and it can be how we're manifesting that externally, but it's also the external powers of the world. The nodal axis is in Taurus and in Scorpio. Taurus is all about wealth, but the here and now wealth, the creature comforts, the prosperity that works in the stability and security of it all. Okay, Scorpio is about the big money, long-term investments, big money coming in, and big plans like for the future as well. So pay close attention to your money and the opportunities coming your way. We're going to see a time of big financial changes, both positively and negatively. So be aware of that. For much of May, Jupiter is going to be squared Pluto. Now, this is important because Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio, and this will expand the power of Pluto because Jupiter always expands the power of the planet that it is next to, or that is in line with. So this unlocks, again, a lot of issues that we have around power. And we have issues around us claiming our power, especially in a quote unquote masculine way. So be aware of this, that there's something here. It's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't possibly. It has to do with heartbreak and pain and a poverty mentality. Okay. So just be aware of this. Okay. Because it is going to be holding us back in ways that we haven't realized. Deep secrets, okay, start to come to the surface during this time, making this a time of revelations. That's why we start to see this. And it's like, oh, that's what's holding me back. Oh my gosh, I have issues around this. Like, seriously, I thought I worked through this. Neptune is trine Mars. This makes us much more spiritual, and it brings us to a spiritual awakening and a personal awakening. We're going to look at material things in a very different way than we have before. This is also the angel day of 5-5, the angel number 55, which leads us to adventure, versatility, independence, intelligence, creativity, freedom, self-determination, and new beginnings. So we're looking at things differently, and then it's changing again. But what I love about this is like when it's upside down, I always see this as like the border has like angels' wings around him, and they're helping him stay afloat. But here, I see this as, okay, now I'm flying out of this. Like, this was a nice little trap. I wanted to see how it would feel, what it would be like. I'm done now. Did it, done it. Like, I'm out of here. And that's how we feel about this time. It's like, I've done this. I'm ready to go. But there's something about us claiming our own power and being the example emotionally that we want to be, that we're like, am I done? Like, am I done? But what's leading this is like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. But we're having a hard time grasping our power, especially in that more, I want to say that masculine way, that sense of like, I can be promoted, or I can have my own business, or I can, do this and take charge and go after. There's something here where it's like, no, I can't. I can't. Like, or oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. Or oh my gosh, what about my 401k? That type of stuff that comes up. And it's like, how am I going to move forward? So be aware of this with the King of Cups, that our emotions can really be all over the place because we're questioning a lot and we're not leading. We're following our fear, and that's drowning us. So be aware of that. With the Page of Swords, we're cutting through doubts, fears, negativities, hurts, pains, disappointments. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is a sense of, I'm cutting through the words that I couldn't speak, or the way that I couldn't advocate for myself before. This moon is going to show us moving forwards in ways that we hadn't expected, but we're not afraid to be childlike, to ask the questions, to, dive deeper into things, to say, why not? Or to say, yeah, of course I can. So, kind of our expression through discovery during this time is going to be awesome. Five of Pentacles, poverty mentality, being locked out for whatever reason. Okay, it could have been that we weren't able to do certain things when we were younger, and it made us think, oh, okay, like subconsciously, we're like, oh, okay, I just can't do that, or I just am not good enough for this or for that. And we're going to see that our heartbreaks are kind of around this, and it's Spirit is saying self-imposed prison, which I think is harsh, but you know, this is Spirit's message. I'm just the secretary. I'm just the person who brings it forward here. And so, what we're going to see here is the times that we felt the doors locked on us, the times that we felt pushed out. And we need to send love to that child. We need to send love to those situations because we need to heal our heart. And the way the heart heals is not by stabbing it, it's not by making it a pincushion, but it's by letting it flow with love. And that is going to be one of the most powerful things that we can do during this time. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so what's really interesting here is that we have this tendency right now because we have the void of course coming up. And the void of course, I have friends who are like, listen, I do nothing during the void of course. It happens all the time during a lunar cycle. It's just when things don't go the way you have planned at all. And so it says here, nothing will come of the situation. Even though you're taking flight, you're going after, there's a sense, a nihilism within us. It's like nothing will come of the situation. We're not nourishing ourselves correctly. This could be food wise. We could be eating foods that aren't the greatest for us. We could do an elimination diet. I really believe in those. Those work really well. But there's also a sense of like, how do I feel after I eat certain things? How am I feeling in my body? Am I taking care of my body? Am I nourishing my body? But I would highly recommend an elimination diet and then reintroducing foods and seeing how they react with us. Like, what is the Dr. Amen? I think is his name, Amen. It makes me laugh because it's amen, right? And he says take out certain foods, and it's sugar. I believe it's sugar. I know it's wheat and corn and dairy. Wheat, corn, and dairy. I know are the three. There's one more. I believe it's sugar though. And see how you react to it. And it says nothing will come of this. And when we take those out, see how we start to feel, right? Because we're not nourishing our bodies correctly, and we need that nourishment of our souls. It moves us to adjustments are required. We know that. We're releasing our fears. And this is going to be a time where we see ourselves facing our fears, even though we really don't want to. We're fighting with ourselves. We're getting in our own way. So be aware of that we're moving forward and we're kind of tripping ourselves up, but we are still super determined to get to the place that we want to be. It's time to release negativity. We're like, yeah, I don't know if it is. I don't know if it isn't. I can be cynical and negative about certain things, and I feel like it's serving me well. We're not seeing the beauty in the world. And that's why Spirit is like, no, you need to see the beauty in the world. Pisces, you're one of those people who just does. If the world doesn't have beauty in it, you're like, oh my gosh, it feels like less of a world. So be aware of this during this time. And there is a sense of, I need to release the negativity, but I'm holding on to it. So there's a bit of a battle going on within us. The two fish, swimming in different directions, trying to pull this way, that way. You could be connected with the Gemini energy because they have that duality to them too, right? Of the twins. One pulls this way, one pulls that way. So just be aware of that during this time. You might find a lot of inspiration, but also just from words and ideas that push your mind out of its comfort zone. Don't let pride get in the way. You can be, I don't want to say very prideful, but that's reverse. So it's like, yeah, pride can get in the way. It's like, no, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do this, or it has to be this way. But we have to rein in our pride so that it doesn't rule us, or so we're not ego based, but that we have pride in ourselves. Because self love, it's like love you. Don't pretend to love you. It's like love you. Let yourself radiate with self love because, oh my gosh, walls will fall down. Kingdoms will be rebuilt around you. It will be the most amazing thing. And this is all, of course, metaphorically speaking. Don't let your past hold you back. No, our past is holding us back. It's heartbreak, it's pain, it's disappointment. And here it's like be discerning. Be discerning about what parts of your past you let in and what parts you don't. It's kind of like being the bouncer at the door, right? Don't let everything in. Don't let all the emotions in. We're not being discerning about our past. And the South, this is the South Lunar Node, right? Which is all about the ending of cycles. And don't let your past hold you back. We can't end the cycle if our past is still, as alive as our present, or more alive so because it's been made bigger and bigger in our minds. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's what the moon wants you to know. That's like takeaway. Nothing is yet set in stone. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter anything. Nothing is yet set in stone. And that is powerful. Our subconscious message from Spirit, Five of Pentacles reversed. Be mindful of this. We're letting go of a poverty mentality. We're letting go of an I can't. And that is terrifying. It's safer when I can't, right? It's scarier when like, yeah, okay, I can. Like, why not? Let's try it. This is confidence. Yeah, okay, I can. Why not? Let's try it. Let's go. Let's see. Be confident. Not arrogant. We can have a bit of trouble with that. Like, it's even hard to describe to kids, like the difference between arrogance and confidence, right? It's nuanced, but it's important. Here, be confident. It moves you to your subconscious tarot message, and that's the Knight of Cups. During this time, you are seeing that you are the warrior of your emotions. You're moving forward in love, in connection, in beauty, in healing, and it's just changing your world. It is. Be mindful of your armor. Okay, you have your armor on for a good reason. You don't want to be a knight without it, but you also don't want it to drown you. You don't want everything to become impenetrable. Like you don't want to be impenetrable to your emotions because your emotions guide you so exquisitely. Your subconscious Luna message is confidence is your key to success. And that's the difference. Like, don't let pride get in your way, but confidence is your key to success. And the path, reversed. We're not seeing that the path is a portal in the middle of the sky, right? We're looking at things and thinking, oh my gosh, where is this supposed to be? Like, how am I supposed to get from point A to point B? We're not seeing this rickety little kind of scary ladder leading us up and up and up. But that's what it's going to be. We're being led to extraordinary heights. And that's going to be important. It is. All right. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Have a fantastic moon. Bye.